Welcome to day 195 of the New Way. I'll read Luke 16, 1 through 9. Jesus told his disciples, "There was a rich man whose manager was accused of wasting his possessions. So he called him in and asked him, 'What is this I hear about you? Give an account of your management, because you cannot be my manager any longer.' The manager said to himself, 'What shall I do now? My master is taking away my job. I'm not strong enough to dig, and I'm ashamed to beg. I know what I'll do so that when I lose my job here, people will welcome me into their houses.' So he called in each one of his master's debtors. He asked the first, 'How much do you owe my master?' 900 gallons of olive oil,' he replied. The manager told him, 'Take your bill, sit down quickly, and make it 450. Then he asked the second, 'How much do you owe?' 1,000 bushels of wheat,' he replied. He told him, 'Take your bill and make it 800. The master commended the dishonest manager because he had acted shrewdly. For the people of this world are more shrewd in dealing with their own kind than are the people of the light. I tell you, use worldly wealth to gain friends for yourself, so that when it is gone, you will be welcomed into eternal dwellings." Be careful with this one. Jesus is not, I repeat, not agreeing with the behavior. He is simply using it as an example of how the world, or empty people, use money to get what they want or need. He says they think ahead and plan how to use money to their best advantage. How about you? Have you thought about God's plan for your money? Will you use it to make the gospel known throughout the whole world? Will you use it to help people? Will you use it only to benefit yourself and your loved ones? These are decisions you'll need to make. In fact, how you use your money right now reveals the decisions you have already made. So maybe I should say, these are decisions you need to review. Jesus continues to teach in Luke 16, 10 through 13. Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much, and whoever is dishonest with very little will also be dishonest with much. So if you have not been trustworthy in handling worldly wealth, who will trust you with true riches? And if you have not been trustworthy with someone else's properties, who will give you property of your own? No one can serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. Jesus taught more about the use of our money than he taught about heaven. So it must be a very important subject. Jesus seems to say that you can look at a man's financial records and see who or what is in his core. I believe that he's saying that if you cannot handle your physical, earthly money well, why do you think God would trust you with much valuable spiritual treasures? and those who do handle their earthly finances well will be trusted with spiritual treasures. This is not saying that God only blesses the wealthy, but He will bless those who handle what they have well. I believe some very poor people are better at handling their money than some rich people. Jesus taught that we cannot serve two masters. We looked at that on day 84. Do you think that these verses teach that God wants you to be poor? I believe that God wants to bless you and provide for you what is best for you. He knows your heart better than you do. Personally, I just want to please God. So if He blesses me with wealth, I will serve Him. And if He blesses me with poverty, I will serve Him. Anytime we choose money or anything else instead of obedience, we are serving the wrong one. In His service, Dale.